given an equation in here where we have the general form, which is expressed as the following, where we have ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Take note that where a and b is not equal to 0, that means in this case there are coefficients of both x and y respectively, and also we are considering that our c is a constant number. So once you're given this, and our goal is to be able to transform this equation here into this particular formula, which is y equals mx plus b. In here, what we have to recognize is that this is representing the slope-intercept form, and this slope-intercept form addresses the following variables here. One here is the m, which represents our slope, and our b here, which represents our y-intercept. Now, to be able to address this particular transformation going from our general form to our slope-intercept form, we need to be able to rearrange this particular equation, and by so doing we'll be able to arrive at our conclusion, which is this equation right here. So let's begin by following the following steps. First step is where you're given the original equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0. We need to move our plus c to the other side, which means we have to subtract c from both sides. Therefore, we have our ax plus b equals to minus c. Once we have this expressed as this, the next step is to move something that is not y. In this case, we have ax. So positive ax is going to be moved over to the other side of the equal sign, and that leaves us with subtracting ax from both sides. Therefore, we have by is equal to negative ax minus c. And our final step here is that since our b is the coefficient of y, we are going to divide both sides by b. Therefore, we have our final expression, which is expressed as y is equal to negative a divided by b, all multiplied by x, minus c divided by b. Now, what we have now is the following. We have our expression, which is an equation that shows y to be equal to minus a divided by b multiplied by x minus c over b. This is similar to this particular expression, which is y equals mx plus b, where on one side we have this particular section here, which is the coefficient of x, and this coefficient here of x is the coefficient of x here, which is expressed as m. And on the other hand here we have the following, where we have negative c over b, which is a constant because we have a coefficient, which is in this case going to be a number divided by a number, which gives a particular constant, and the constant is aligned with our positive b. So this negative c over b represents our positive b. Therefore, we have our specific conclusion, which states that yes, our b, which is our y-intercept, is equal to negative c divided by b from what? Our general formula, which is what we have right here. And on the other hand, we have our m to be equal to our slope, which is equal to negative a over b, which is from our general formula, so our general form. Therefore, we are able to effectively transform our general form to our slope y-intercept form, which is in this particular nature. Now we're going to look at an example and how we're going to apply this example to transforming our specific equation, which is general form 2 slope. This equation, for example, is where you're given 2x plus 3y plus 4 equals to 0. What is m and b? We know that in this case here we need to rearrange this particular equation, and to rearrange it we have to move everything that is not y to the other side of the equal sign, and therefore our first step is first moving our positive 4 to the other side, which means that you're subtracting 4 from both sides, and that results in 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 4. And the next step here is moving our 2x to the other side, which means we're going to subtract 2x from both sides, and that results in our 3y equals negative 2x minus 4. And our final step here is to divide both sides by 3, which means we're going to have our y to be alone, and that means we are going to have our result to be y equals negative 2 divided by 3, or multiplied by x minus 4 divided by 3. Now, once we have this expressed this way, we can then come up with our final conclusion, which says that where we have our y equals mx plus b, by highlighting the following, which is negative 2 over 3, which is aligned with our coefficient of x to be m, we have our m to be equal to negative 2 over 3, and on the other hand here we have our negative 4 over 3 to be aligned with our positive b. Therefore we have our b to be equal to the division of 4 and 3 multiplied by a negative 1. So therefore our b is equal to negative 4 over 3. Now this here means that to find our b from our general formula, all we have to do is to multiply our c and by negative 1, and then you divide it by this number, which is 3. On the other hand, for our m, to get our m in the general formula, all we have to do is to multiply negative 1 by 2, which is our coefficient of x, divided by 3, which is the coefficient of y. So this is how you're able to arrange and also make inference as to how to determine our slope and our intercept for this general formula. So I hope you found this really informative. Please hit a comment down below. Let me hear your thought about this interesting way by which you can be able to transform your general formula to your slope y-intercept form, and how your m and b relates to the general form in terms of expressing the slope and the intercept of a line. All the same, thanks for following me through this. Truly appreciate it. Hit a comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. But that way I can talk to you soon. Stay smart as always and believe in yourselves.